past birthday too. And he was like, son, you don't have to fight at me. I was like, yeah, I do. I'm gonna fight for my mom. I didn't want to sit and just mourn because I know my mom was still looking down on me. And she loved to watch me fight. She drove all the way about 9 hours or something like that by herself just to see me fight. And she had a job. Yeah. So she drove when she could, but she didn't miss a fight.
Get your fucking thing, get your bag, we're gonna go to the next one. Let's go see something. I hate to lose more than I love
to win. But your first loss is really gonna show you who you are as a man, as a person, as in everything. There was only 2 people in that ring when that bell. It was just me and him. If I lost that night, then I gotta look in the mirror like, damn, Gabe, you lost. My toughest demons I am fighting, I would say definitely is probably my family curse. You know, the trauma in my family, the passings are the ones that left. And just to try to break that family curse up.
Gabriel Flores, welcome to the Roots of Ambition podcast, brother. Come on, big dog.
It's a pleasure.
Welcome.
It's a pleasure.
Hey, welcome for part 2.
I know.
Yeah, you did the mobile and now you did the stationary one.
So nice we had to do it twice.
Come on, man. Come on.
So we literally created a segment which is the Roots of Ambition Spotlight. Because we're like, okay, we're doing this thing mobile. So and how do we do little segments for it? So you were the very first, you kind of the inspiration, because after we did that little interview with you, I was like, okay, we need a little something special because you killed it. You killed it.
No, I appreciate it. I mean, it was just like something we all put together and you guys made it come to life. And it was so, I mean, I didn't expect it to be that great. You know, I didn't know what to expect because I just came and Rich Martinez put it together for all of us. He helped big time. And so when I showed up, I didn't know what to expect. And then you guys put it all together and we did an interview and I just started looking around how you guys highlighted everything. How you guys set up, I was like, okay, this is professional, this is real deal. You know, I've been on ESPN and all types of things, so I'm like, you guys are right. No difference. No difference.
I'll take that,
no
bro.
difference.
You heard it here first.
Thank you for the love.
Yeah.
Hey, before we start, today's show is sponsored by the Danny D Foundation. Mr. Rich Martinez, on the behalf of the Roots of Ambition, both Danny and Angel and our families, we want to thank you personally for believing in us, giving us an opportunity to help push your vision forward, sir. So I want to take my hat off to you, and I can't wait for what the future looks like. You got 2 dogs here that are hardworking men, that are hungry, that want to survive and sacrifice whatever we have to help anyone that comes within our circle, especially like this young man here, Mr. Gabriel Flores Jr., baby. So there you go.
Thank you, Rich. Thank you. We really appreciate you. And obviously, I second everything what Danny said, but also everything you're doing for those young athletes that really need it. You know, because everybody roots for them, but what they don't see is all the hard work behind it. And there's people like Rich and his foundation that are doing great things to make sure that these young athletes have the opportunities to train, the nutrition, and all of the things that you need to be successful and become a champ. So thank you, Rich.
Let's go. All right, bro. So man, we talked, you know, we like I told you before we started, we want to make this one a little different. You know what I mean? Let's talk like some men. Let's throw some questions out there, experiences. Obviously, we got questions about life and boxing and fatherhood and ups and downs, experiences. And there's some questions obviously we're gonna leave out because you already answered them. But first thing I gotta say, bro, how has life been from going from Stockton to Vegas? I mean, that is Sin City. It is growing. It's beautiful, right? Depending on who's looking at it, right? But I've always told myself, God, I can't imagine living there, right? For me, it's just more like a place. I'm gonna just go have a good time for a few days and get my ass back, bro. How is it living in Vegas, man?
It's like you said, it's beautiful depending on who's looking at it. You know, there's 100 point of views, but my point of view, I moved there in 2020, and I moved there days before the pandemic.
Oh, so you got there before it shut down. I moved
days before. I went out there to fight, and I moved in 2 days like after my fight. I was on the Tyson Fury undercard in the T-Mobile Arena. And I fought, and it was beautiful. I won. It was just, we celebrated, we had a great time. And then after my fight, I went to my house. That was my first time seeing it. I didn't even see it yet. That's how fast we moved to Vegas from Stockton. Like, sometimes, you know, things happen within a snap of a finger and you're either gonna sink or swim. And I wanted to be a swimmer. So I went all for it and we got the house and But yeah, we went, and the next thing you know, the pandemic hit, and I didn't know what to expect. We had to make sure to pay the bills, and you know, I'm a professional fighter, so we thought that it wouldn't be too hard. But when the pandemic hit, a lot of things hit, and then but I was fortunate and blessed enough that was a busy year for me when the pandemic hit.
Oh,
I
really?
fought 3 times in the bubble.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I fought at the MGM ballroom. That's what they're using. Not the arena, more like a ballroom, convention center.
That's
So the fact that
right.
you were in Vegas, so the travel restrictions and all of that did that became a benefit?
And what it did 100% because everybody had to eat the food that was served to them. Me, I was now a local resident. I did not eat
Right.
the food that was given to me. I was eating the food on the strip, getting brought to me to the hotel. I knew ways around all that,
Yeah.
you know, because I could be picky at times. If I got options, I'm gonna choose my options. But if I don't got no options, then I'm gonna go with the wave.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so and I wanted for my weigh-ins, I wanted to eat tacos al gordo.
Yeah,
You know,
oh.
at late night, and so that's what I ate. You know, I made sure somebody brought it to me, and I was blessed enough. I had family in town
Yeah.
that wanted to watch my fight. They couldn't
Wow.
attend, but they wanted to watch it on TV in Vegas. And
Oh.
so after my fight, when I get released from quarantine, I come home. We all celebrate together. Because me, I'm a family man. Well, that's what comes first to me. I've always been like that.
Straight
My
up.
family is big to me, so they'll always make the effort to come out. So after I win, they knew I wanted to celebrate, and they
Hell
always
yeah,
want to
bro.
celebrate with me as much as I wanted to celebrate with them.
Yeah.
So yeah, they helped me get my food and all that. And
And
fighting
when
the
you
bubble was
moved,
crazy.
when you moved, there was you and your wife or girlfriend?
No, it was just me and my father. At the
Just you and
time,
your
I was
dad.
single. Yeah, it was me and my father. I was just man out there chasing my dreams, freshly 20 years old. Not even, I was 19. I was 19. 2020, I was 19 when we moved. I turned 20 in May 1st. And
So how was that conversation
Wow,
between you and
bro.
your dad? Did you guys make the decision together? Was it whose decision was to move
it
there?
was more so his.
Oh.
It was more so his. He was really like, I trusted my father a lot in his opinions and his thoughts because he always made good ones for me. He was always very smart, calculated. He didn't make any guesses. You know,
Right.
and even if it was a guess, it was an educational guess that turned out to be right.
Right.
Yeah.
So he said we need to go to Vegas, and I didn't want to go to Vegas because my family, like I said, I was very close with my family. I didn't want to leave no one.
Right.
I felt lost if I was without them. But he convinced me, and we moved. And I had to really think, do I want to be great? And I do, and I did. So I made sure I had to move to Vegas. I had to make that sacrifice, you know, because you got to move out of your comfort zone. You can't just be comfortable. If you're always comfortable, then you probably won't make it to where you want to go in life, you know. So I had to do that. I feel like that sacrifice was very much necessary. It's like if you want to be a movie star, you're gonna move to LA. At the time, if you want to be a professional fighter, you're gonna move to Vegas because that's where all the big fights.
Right.
Like I said,
Yeah.
I
And
fought.
they're right in your backyard.
I fought on Tyson Fury's undercard versus Wilder too.
That's
You know, so it was a huge fight.
Yes.
You know, and
Yes.
I probably would have never had that opportunity or something like that if I didn't move to Vegas. I
Yeah.
got signed with Jay Prince, Rap A Lot Records for his boxing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I got so a lot of things. I was with Andre Ward after a while, and then a lot of things started happening good for me when I moved to Vegas. So that was just what showed me if you make those sacrifices and jump out your comfort zone and make that leap of faith, it could go your way as long as you're not taking shortcuts. So
100%, bro.
it did,
Yeah,
it did me
you got to
well.
go where the opportunity is, right? There's a reason why people put stores in the places they
Yeah.
put them because
Yeah.
they're not gonna
Location.
just put it in the whatever. It's location.
Yeah.
It's just in this case, you instead of moving the store, you're the place that needs to be. You need to move to a different place.
So
100%.
hold on, bro. We're gonna rewind a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
You said tacos el gordo, bro. I'm from San Diego, right?
Well, okay.
I used to go to Tijuana, Mexico to party with all my
Yeah,
boys.
you used to walk there.
So we used to stumble there,
Yeah,
bro. We used to stumble there, bro.
Okay.
But we'd be there till like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, bro. I used to, those tacos were just different, bro.
Yeah.
Then they opened in San Diego and Chula Vista, and then dude, you would have to wait hours just to eat there, bro. Right?
Man, I
And
couldn't
then
imagine.
you hear they're in Vegas, bro. And every time I go to Vegas, I have to stop there. But the line is out the door, brother. You like those tacos a lot? They good?
I like them, but I started going to another spot that was like right next door.
Yeah, because the line wasn't so long, bro.
But then it started tasting better.
Really?
Because Tacos El Gordo, they were copying, right? Tijuana tacos and all that.
No, they're from
franchise?
Tijuana.
They're from Tijuana, okay. But
They're
they start
all owned. They're all owned by one guy.
Oh, so it's just like another.
I called him when I started making money. I'm like, hey, bro, check this out.
Yeah, I'm
Check
pulling
this out,
up.
homeboy.
I'm pulling up.
No. I'm like, I live in San Jose. I've been up here for 2-3 years, right? Now it's 10 years, right? I call him like 10 times. So I call him like, bro, there is nothing like those tacos anywhere up here. How can I go into business with you and open up a spot here and run this motherfucker, bro? And he was like, sorry, bro, we don't franchise.
Yeah,
we don't.
yeah.
I'm like, damn.
So the thing is, I could guarantee you it tastes nothing like the San Diego one that's
No,
right
it
next
don't.
door
Yeah,
to Tijuana.
Yeah.
So the ones in Vegas,
They're watered down a little bit.
Little watered down, for sure.
yeah.
But at first they got
are.
good. But then again, the ones next door started tasting a little better, and I was like,
Yeah.
whoa! And then they started catching on, and like, so I don't know, maybe they started getting so much customers,
Yeah.
it was hard to make sure every taco was the same taco.
What is your
I don't
taco
know.
order? So it's midnight. You just showed up. What's the taco order?
What's your go-to? big dog?
Taco del pastor.
Hell yeah!
Taco del
Come
pastor.
on, homie.
100%.
Shit.
100%.
Give me a side of that guacamole,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah,
That-
hell yeah.
whatever you put in that green shit. I
You
need
know-
a spoon, homie, and just eat that shit.
Growing up in Mexico, and you're picky as shit with these
Yeah.
tacos. But even I think the best tacos you've ever had in the States, I've never had better tacos than the shittiest, tiniest taco stand somewhere in Mexico.
Oh no, I know,
Dude,
bro.
it's
You
crazy.
might be eating dog or some shit, but
I
It don't taste like it.
no, I was talking. I don't know who I was talking to. I was talking to my brother, and I was like, I don't know why. Like, the more money I make, the shittier the tacos get. Meaning, like, when I was the most poor,
yeah,
living at door floors,
Yeah.
like, couldn't not afford tacos like once a week would have never happened.
yeah,
I had the best taco spots,
right.
and now that you can afford them, I'm like, yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
They're not as good as those fucking tacos. But
Oh hell no, bro.
to your point, it could have been horse meat.
It could have been.
Like, I don't know.
I didn't get sick. I didn't have
Yeah.
chorro. It was good as hell. I don't care what it was, bro.
That's the thing that, that always sucks. You always try to compare it to the best
Yeah.
tacos you had. So yeah, you let yourself down if you always compare what you eat to
Yeah,
Tijuana or
100%.
something like that.
You know, now that I'm on the other side, bro, like, steakhouses are my thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I like to go to different steakhouses. I like to try different ones, right? And it's funny you say that because now it's like, man, it was all right. Fucking build on this shit it should have been perfect.
Yeah.
I think
You know what I mean?
part of it is too the fact that like going back to the tacos, when you're broke
Yeah.
or in the steak, you can't afford steak every day.
No.
You could eat steak every day
Yeah,
today if you wanted
If
to.
you wanted to, yes. But not back then, no.
And so I think that's why they taste,
So good,
And that's why it's
bro.
hard to compare to what you were saying. 'cause,
Yeah.
You're in a different.
But hold on though. So every time I would go to Vegas to Tacos El Gordo, I would look across the street where Homeboy was at, and it was always empty.
Yeah.
Like you could barely like walk in here, and you look over there. There's no moscas over there. There's like 5 people in there, bro.
Yeah.
So that's why I never went to go try it, because I'm
Yeah.
like, if they were good, at least half of these people would be over
be
there.
over
So you
there.
never
Or
tried
a
them?
I
quarter.
never tried them, but I'm now, since you said that, next time I'm gonna go try it, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know the name or no?
Yeah, it's called
Ta-
Tacos El Pastor.
Tacos
That's
del
the
Pastor.
restaurant's name.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
It's right next
bro.
door. Yeah.
So
All right.
it-
Well, if you're watching, because I'm gonna clip this,
yeah.
give us. We want to know Tacos El Gordo or Tacos El Pastor
In Las Vegas.
in Las Vegas. Give us
Yeah.
your answer.
And if the owners are watching, we need a sponsorship.
That's
for
right.
that.
For my boy. Let's go.
We're getting shout outs right now for
Let's
free.
go, big dog. I like the way he thinks.
I like
big
the way
dog.
you think.
So, hey, bro. So, I'm curious too, though. So, when the shutdown happened in Vegas, was that shit like? Was it ghost town?
Ghost town. They made it like pitch black.
Really?
At
Oh,
one
because they didn't
point-
want to use the power for the electricity. Is that why?
At one point, the strip was pitch black.
No way.
At a different point, you could ride your bikes. That's one regret I do have, that I didn't ride my bike because I was out there alone and I didn't know no one, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
But I didn't ride my bike through the strip
That
and
would've
see
been
the
cool.
lights, and because there's no people walking.
Damn, that's
There's just
like
people.
a movie.
There's just
bro.
people. It's like a movie. It's something. It was
Yeah,
something we'll
yeah.
probably never see again in our lifetime.
Yeah.
people right there riding bikes. So I'm talking a crowd of bikes though. People would do it.
Oh.
And I would just drive by and be like, dang, I want to do that.
Yeah.
I always keep on telling myself, but I never acted on it because I don't know. It wasn't something I was gonna go do.
No, there's a lot of cool
I didn't have
stuff
a bike.
that you could have done in COVID. I was trying to convince Aaron. I wanted to go to Egypt because it's like, when is it gonna be empty?
Yeah.
Being in the pyramids where there's like 10 people.
True.
And she's like, "Are you crazy? We're not going."
Sit your ass down.
That would have been, imagine. She's riding your bike down the strip.
No, that's why I wanted to ask that question.
And you have more pride, more freedom. To look at everything.
That
and
has to be some weird shit. That would be weird to me.
Well, dude, I look at. I don't know if you. I think I sent you this clip. There was this guy. Is related to this. Is some guys doing an interview in the middle of the street, and he's like, "Hey, give us like a life hack that you learn." Is like, "Oh, I go on vacation every time there's an attack, a terrorist attack, or like a big thing."
I did see that.
And
because people don't.
And they're like, "What do you mean?" It's like, "Yeah, because it's super cheap to travel. Nobody wants to there, and it's super safe because something bad just happened. So they send the military." It's like,
I seen that, and you know what? It made sense though.
I mean, it makes sense.
Think about that, bro.
So he's like, "Wait, motherfucker. So you hear they should bomb this place, and you're like, trip?
Gotta go there. I gotta go there.
Save 100 here, save 100 there, shit." So hey, how's fatherhood, bro, man? How's everything been going with the little man, dude?
It's a blessing. It just gets better by day.
Yeah.
You know, just the new things he does, just me learning my son and just knowing him without be why is he crying? Why is he doing that?
Yeah.
And it makes me feel good when I know why.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I needed this for him. He needs this. He needs that.
You gotta hold him here.
Yeah.
All that.
And you know, and then also the other dynamic I love of it is just me and my fiance working together and us parenting together and maybe I don't agree with her or she don't agree with me, but we're not going to argue about it. We're going to talk about it and figure out, okay, we'll try it then. And it didn't work. It didn't work. Or, oh, you're right. It did work.
Yeah.
We could do that instead of
swallowing your pride.
Yeah, and not getting mad at each other or something like that, you know. So that's
stuff.
where also I take pride in that we could do that because that's something rare in itself, you know. Because me too, like we are men and we're so used to want to be. I'm right. This is what we're doing, you know.
Straight
so,
up.
but I try not to be like that.
Yeah.
You know, I try to be open-minded just with anything in life. You know, that's where I learned my lessons from, and I try to put in my son because now it's all on us, me and her, to make sure my son is brought up right and everything. So, you know, I mean, I'm just enjoying it though, man.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to take every breath, every moment.
Is
that
her
I can.
family involved helping you guys out?
Oh,
with the
big
baby?
time, big time.
Do they live there?
Big time. They live in Vegas.
She's from Vegas.
Yeah, that's
right?
where I met her.
Yeah.
Oh, you met her in Vegas.
That's
Where
where I
did you
met
meet
her.
her?
Where did I meet her? She's probably not like me to answer this, but I'm gonna answer it.
Why are you turning
Here
red
we go.
for?
Yeah, he's all
I
red.
turn red for any reason. It's not hard to. She DM'd me though. I was the prize in this.
That's right.
But then again, it's just like what she was telling me. Yeah, but you didn't have to respond. You didn't have to ask me on a date. I'm like, you're right.
She said, "I got you."
Yeah. You know, they say a woman knows what she wants. You know,
True
and that's why I love her because she's the type of person she knows what she wants, and she's not a taker. She knows what she wants. She'll try, but she won't force anything that's not for her. You know, and so I see a lot of similarities in us,
Right
and
on.
so that's why we get along so well. But no, that's how we met.
Right on.
She contacted me.
Hey,
through
she
social
shot her
media.
shot, bro.
Yeah, and then I asked her out, and
Yeah.
I insisted on picking her up. She didn't want to pick me up because I was a stranger.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but I insisted, and
You were a popular stranger.
yeah, not the normal stranger. So I convinced her, and I picked her up, and we took her out, and the rest is history.
Okay, bro.
Uh-huh.
Right on,
That's
right
awesome.
on, bro. So how many years together now?
Since like years 2020, so like 6, you know.
6
But
years
we
now?
took everything a lot slow. But I've been
Yeah.
knowing her since 2020, you know, because
Good,
I
bro.
always wanted a good friendship before I started dating her, because I
Right.
wanted to find her out. You know, that's how I always was in my life, where everything kind of pretty much I never rushed into something. I wanted to fill it out, and
Yeah.
you know, because you know, you sometimes something you may think you know what it is, but you don't. You have no idea. You know, so that's why I always never try to rush into anything. I
up.
try to take my time.
You
You
have
know,
a really good
as much as I
outlook on
can.
relationships, especially for a young male, dude.
For being that young and having
Mhm.
that outlook, oof.
Was that model for you at home, or like where do you think you get that from?
Uh, honestly, I thank God for all the events in my life, even though if they're not the most best events, but
Right.
it grew me up fast.
Mm,
I feel like that was something that maybe God thought I had to go through. I don't know, but that was my life. My life matured me
Yeah.
more than I had a lot of lessons from my mom. I ain't gonna lie,
Mm.
my mom was the one that really instilled things in me, but I wouldn't hear it at the time.
Of
It took me
course.
years to understand it. It took me months
yeah.
sometimes.
And then
Sometimes I
they.
caught it right away,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
sometimes it took me a long time. But she'll just drop some game on me real fast.
Yeah.
I'm like, huh? And I just keep it going being a kid or
Yeah.
something,
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was just life, man. When I was a kid, my great grandmother I was very close to.
Oh, really?
But you can only imagine her age, when I
Uh-huh.
met her though. And I started because she was my great grandma.
She gave you a lot of
And
wisdom.
yeah, and she passed. And then me and my uncle and my cousin, I had a lot of trauma in my life.
Mm.
That's what grew me up fast.
Absolutely.
My mom passing away when I was 12 years old. And I was the youngest of her children.
Oh
I had
wow.
I had an older sister and brother, they're twins, and I felt like I had to take care of them. But I'm 4 years
Oh, wow.
younger, 3 years or some change.
Right.
But I paid it on myself, and I was always had this dream of being a professional boxer because I grew up, and my mom wasn't always doing the best. She was struggling herself,
Oh,
so I
really?
always seen that she needed help. And then I always seen my brother and sister helping where they can, and I just always felt like someone that wasn't helping. I wanted to contribute, and so when
Mm.
she left, I always would pray and let her know that I got the twins, mom. Don't worry, I'm gonna take care of them and all that. So that was
Beautiful.
always my motivation. So I
What?
guess I get all that from just from life
Yeah.
experiences, having to mature faster than I had to, experiencing things at a young age that I probably
Yeah.
shouldn't have, but I did, and yeah, I just
And
try to
so a
learn.
lot of
And
the times,
accepting it
well,
too.
Mhm.
You know what I
accepting
mean?
it, because I mean, it just speaks to your character,
Mhm.
because oftentimes that happens to people, and instead of making them a better person, it makes them better, and they close in. And so, like,
Mm.
was there like religion, or like just the people you're surrounded to? You think it was boxing that kind of give you the outlet to turn it into something positive, or what
I would
was it?
just say it was my mom's side of the family.
The unity.
You had a
Yeah,
support
unity,
system.
our support system,
Mm.
how we all were
Yeah.
amongst all each other.
Big time.
We're all kind of pretty much the same, But then again, all of us, like I said, all pretty much the same. So we all went to the same church. We
Mm,
all grew up. Our churches is generations. My great grandma was there. My grandma got
wow.
baptized there. I got baptized there. My brother got baptized there. My tia got so it's a generational church. And so
Beautiful.
the first mass for my son is gonna be at that church. The very
Wow.
first mass for him.
Right on,
So
brother.
that's something I look forward to. So that's what my mom instilled in me, and
Mhm.
that's what my grandma instilled in her. My great grandma instilled in
Yeah.
her
What
daughter.
was
So
your mom's name?
my mom's name was Juanita Maldonado.
Juanita Maldonado.
Mhm.
What's the last great conversation you had with your mom before you lost her?
Man, that's thank God, man. My last memories with my mom were like wholesome, very
Really?
funny. It
Wow.
was like our relationship all in one. It was like a summarize of our relationship.
Wow.
It was right after catechism. I got a catechism class, and I was walking, and I get a phone call. I was walking to my grandma's house, and I get a phone call. It's my mom, and I answer, and she's like, "I see you," or I was like, "Oh," and I see her car, and I start laughing. Oh, okay. And so I'll go walk to her car, act like I was gonna open the door, but then I walk away like I was a kid, like being real goofy,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah,
And
yeah,
walking
yeah.
away. And then finally I
Get
ran.
get away from me, stranger.
I ran, yeah, doing stuff like that, right? And I finally ran to the car though and opened the door. And she said, "Oh, you lucky." I was about to drive off and keep on playing, And we laughed. Me and mom had that laughing
Right
moment.
on, bro.
And then she drove and she was like, "Well, you want to go to this party with me?"
Yeah,
And I was like, Mom, I want to go to my nanny's. I want to see my cousins.
yeah.
And then she was like, "Oh, okay. I'll drop you off." She took me and dropped me off. And then told her I loved her, this and that. And she dropped me off, hug, kiss. And it was just such a wholesome moment where I could say my last moments with her. I told her I loved her and she told me she loved me. And
That's
we had a
beautiful.
smile, and we had a hug, we had a joke. And because my mom too, she was very funny. She loved to crack a joke. She always
Yeah,
come home and tell me about her stories about how work was. Oh,
yeah.
this happened at work, son, this and that.
Giving you all the
Yeah,
gossip. Yeah,
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 because
yeah.
even I grew up like I slept with my mom
Yeah,
all the way to she passed.
yeah. Oh,
You
right on,
know,
bro. So you guys are tight,
yeah,
bro.
I didn't have my own room.
Right on.
So I slept with her. The twins had their own room, and then we'll be right there. And she would just share a lot with me, you know. And even those are nights where she would cry, she wouldn't want me to see, but I was so observant and I was so into my mom. I would see it and I would notice it every time because I was so close with her. And I would see her cry and I'll cry. She's like, "Why are you crying?" And I'd be like, "Cause you're crying, mom." And then she'll be like, "Ah." And then she'll feel like, "Oh, I gotta hide it." Cause even my mom felt she had to be macho at times. Cause she couldn't be weak. Cause if I see it, then I'm gonna get like that. So she felt like she had to be strong for all of us. So there's a lot my mom was always going through, and I was always there. But she was always funny and had a great time. So a lot of her is still in me. She taught me how to live in those tough times and not show it and express it out and make others feel down and still live and spread love, you know,
That's
in ways.
beautiful, brother.
So
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that, dude.
That was intimate, man. That
was
was beautiful, bro.
I was holding him back because I could feel how beautiful that moment. It's so awesome that you had that.
It's my pleasure to come on this podcast because I could do that. I can't do that anywhere. That's why I don't have interviews like that out there. Because
thank you.
Yeah, but no, I love, man. From the last time I showed up, man, I could feel the energy. I could feel everything. You know, I'm real observant. Sometimes I'm slow to speak, but I'm very quick to listen.
But you're observant, bro. That's, bro. You see, that's one thing I try to tell my kids. Like as a kid, for me, you know, I went through a lot of trauma myself. And what I learned through that was being very observant of everything, of everyone. I can read someone. I can see how their hands move, picking up signals, picking up routines that they have, you know, repetitive stuff that they're doing. They don't even know that they're doing. It's just something that unfortunately for me, I learned it because I had to learn it.
Yeah.
Right? It just given the circumstances that I went through as a kid. And I try to tell my kids, like, it's very important when you walk into any room you're not aware of, you must be aware and be very observant of everyone, how they're talking, when they're talking, where they're looking at, what their hand gestures, because that's going to tell you a lot about what's going on in this room, you know, especially for a female. So observing a lot of kids, I think a lot of kids need to really focus on that some more rather than speaking.
Yeah.
Sit down, be quiet, listen, and observe.
I feel like reading a room or something like that is at times it is very hard and very difficult, you know. So sometimes I feel like I've got blessed and learned a lot of that because I was always with older people. So I always learned how to talk to them and learned how to be respect. My father, my mother, whoever I was around great people that always reminded me like, "Hey, well, don't do that. He's older than you. He's not your friend. He's your elder." And then I'll be like, "Oh, you're right. I'm sorry." I'll catch myself. You know, so I was always blessed that I was always taught those lessons.
Right on, bro. Right on, man. If let's fast forward and say your kid is 10 now, right? How would you describe his grandma?
His grandma?
Him,
Wow.
your mom. Because he's gonna eventually get to the age where who was grandma? Where did you come from? You know what I mean?
Ah, man, that's like a 1,000,000-word answer right there.
Tighten it down, bro.
Yeah, the best I can. I would just let him know, man. She was a beautiful soul. She was a lady.
Yeah.
She was a lady, you know. But just let the smile and have a great time. You know, if she was in her comfort zone around her family, she could let her guard down, have a great time, and just be around, joke and laugh. And, you know, she loved to plant. She had a green thumb. You know, she wanted to do avocados in the front. And she started all of them. She had a plant by her nightstand, a little small one that I'll watch her plant, and she'll teach me. Because, like I said, ever since a kid, I was very observant. I think I got that from her. But she'll teach me how to do things like that, and I'll watch. Because sometimes I was a visual learner. And she knew that about me. Not everybody knew how I learned.
Everybody's different.
But she knew how I was a learner, and she would show me. I'm like, whoa, you know, and all that. But yeah, man, I'll just say she was very funny, man. She was a great time. She was a beautiful woman. You know, she was a lady. She held herself at a high standard. She always was professional and all that. She didn't want to be out there and be known as anything other than who she was. So every time she stepped out, she made sure that she was the best version of her. You know, and that's one thing she taught me. Make sure, because sometimes I'll go out to the gas station or whatever I have to do, you know, during training or whatever I got to do, and I just run and go. Don't care how I look. Because I'm not worried about how people are looking at me. I'm not worried about if I got mocos in my eyes or
Yeah,
what.
yeah.
You know, I'm trying to get my job done. I got a lot to do.
Yeah.
But even though my mom was under a lot of stress, sometimes sometimes a lot of times she'll make sure
Presentable.
she was presentable.
Yeah.
And it's one thing she taught me. And I
Right
looked at it, I'm like, dang. So now I could look back on it. She never really told me,
Yeah,
but
no,
I
but
learned by watching her.
Yeah.
You know, and
You
she loved,
downloaded that
and
information.
she loved her high heels.
Yeah.
She always had high heels. And then she had like a hella shoes of high heels, you know.
Right.
And I'm like, man, I just look at them and like kind of trip out, and she'll laugh at me.
Yeah.
Because I will always joke with her how she joked with me.
Yeah.
Because my mom was 4'11".
Yeah. Oh, she was a shorty.
She was
She was
4'11".
short.
She was shorty.
Bro.
So that's why she wore high heels.
Gotcha.
So when she wore her shoes, I'll like get on my tippy toes
few
or like,
inches on 'em,
yeah. Go to that, you know. So
That's funny.
man, so stories like that I would want to share with my son
Absolutely,
and show him and
bro.
just let her know and show him videos, pictures, and
Mhm.
kind of let him learn how I learned just by seeing. I'll tell him, but then I'll have to show him. I'll show.
Yeah.
They still got a lot of videos. Manina Leti got her wedding video, that she was in. You know, she was her maid of honor. So you know, that's also a video I could show him in the future.
Beautiful.
You know, so yeah.
You still communicate with your Nina?
Yeah.
Yeah. How was that How was those conversations after your mom passed? with her?
Man, it was tough, but she just kind of she knows how me and my family are. We're not very open and talk about our feelings a lot. You know, we sometimes we just need to look to our left and know somebody's there with us.
As long as you're there. just
Yeah,
be
so
there.
she will invite us over. She'll take us out.
Right
Even
on.
my mom's friends, they'll just have us comfort us.
Wow.
Even if you don't want to talk, you don't have to talk. I'm not forcing nothing out of you because that's
But you're
how.
not alone.
Yeah, but you're not alone. That's all they wanted to show us. So my Nina Leti definitely is a true Nina. She was always there for me
Beautiful,
when
bro.
my mom passed.
She lived up to the title.
Yeah.
She
'Cause
did.
a lot of people
Indeed.
take that title, but they don't live up to it, bro.
No, I said
You
did.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know, a lot of Ninos and Ninas. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm your Nina, but when shit hits the fan,
yeah.
Mhm.
where you guys at, big dog?
I always remember her speech at my mom's funeral. You know, because it was so beautiful. She just like she said, it's like God knew it was our last time seeing each other because she left my Nina's. We went for the weekend, we left, and we went back to bring her back a Starbucks drink, her favorite, Nina Leti's.
Yeah.
And my mom bought it for her. That's how close they were. Like they had a very close bond, and she said that in her speech. So that's something that always lives in my head. Like how she loves and takes care of me makes sense why my mom will have her as my Nina.
Right.
And it was also my decision too. I was so close to my Nina that I want her as my Nina.
Yeah.
You know, so
Beautiful, bro.
How was your relationship with your dad before your mom passed and after your mom passed? I would assume there was a contract that had to change, right? Because now you go from two parents to one parent.
yeah. Honestly, me and my dad were very much in sync when I was a kid. We're all about. He was my father, but our thing was boxing. We're all about boxing. We wanted
That
to
was
fight.
your bond right there.
That was our bond.
Yeah.
You know, we bonded through many things, but our
Right.
number one bond was definitely boxing.
Yeah.
So our relationship kind of didn't really change. It just got more like about boxing, I guess. I don't know.
So you guys focus more on boxing because obviously you were mourning, he was mourning, and he obviously has to think of you as a child that just lost his mom. Like, did you guys just basically put your head down and just
See, me
focus
when
on
my mom
boxing?
passed, I kind of got more silent. You know, it was a tough time. I was a baby. I was 12. So I mean, yeah, I remember all that. I fought right away. He sat me.
Oh, soon.
Yeah, he said my mom passed March 18th, and he was like, "Son, you don't have to fight in May." I was like, "Yeah, I do. So I'm gonna fight for my mom's." You know. So
Damn, I just got goosebumps,
Yeah.
bro.
yeah, I didn't want to sit and just mourn, you know, because I know my mom was still looking down on me, and she loved to watch me fight.
Oh.
She loved it. When I won, she was so happy, and like to see her happy for me that I won and I got this trophy, and she's looking at it, admiring it, and then admiring me. Just her seeing me,
Yeah.
you know,
Cloud
and me making
nine.
her proud.
For sure.
Yeah, so I knew I had to fight,
Cloud
you
nine,
know, and I
bro.
went to Colorado Springs and I went to fight in that tournament, and I won, you know, and so I just stood busy, you know what I'm saying, because I knew she wouldn't want me to keep on living, you know, so I tried my best.
That's beautiful, brother.
That's beautiful.
Shoo-wee.
I'm assuming you won that night.
It was a tournament. It was
Oh,
a tournament. And it was a crazy tournament too because it was in Colorado Springs. I was a kid.
When you say tournament, though, like more than one
National.
fight, so you have repetitive fights.
Yeah,
right?
back to back.
Oh shit.
3. Yeah, and it was Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
It's a mile high.
Yeah, harder to breathe.
And I was a kid that never been there. So me finding a kid from Colorado, no matter what his skill is, he got a high advantage because once I gas out,
so the gas.
it's done. I'm done. I can't throw no more.
Yeah.
But I managed to win because I would train like a maniac as a kid. And then, so I was in shape, very much top shape, but I wasn't in Colorado shape. But I was in shape enough to win on points, you know? So yeah, I won, man. And it was a great memory. One of my greatest memories, I'd say, with my mom was when I fought in Mesquite, Nevada, at a championship, a tournament called Junior Golden Gloves. It was a nationwide one to get ranked. And I won. And she drove all the way about 9 hours or something like that by herself just to see me fight.
You guys flew over there.
I flew. No, I drove. I think I drove with my father. But we go early for registration and all that.
Get all the stuff.
Yeah, so we go days early, and she had a job.
Yeah.
So she drove when she could, but she didn't miss a fight. And then she went to watch me, and she watched every fight, and I won. And it was amazing. Like, it was such a great feeling. But what even topped it off was I won the national tournament and got ranked #1, but I also won the outstanding boxer of all the brackets because there's weight classes.
Wow.
But I won the outstanding boxer of all the weight classes. And so to say I outstanded and I looked the best amongst all my peers in the right there in the tournament. Now I was
in all categories. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then and these are kids from all over the nation. It's a national tournament from New York, Wisconsin, whatever you want to say. So
crazy.
And then we all celebrated, and I had my dad and my mom, and it was just such a I feel like I'm there right now. It's so vivid, you know. So that was it. And then I drove all the way home with her. Because she drove all the way up by herself, so I made sure I drove back with her. So she didn't drive by herself. And then we listened. That's how now I like oldies. So that's how I learned how to love it. So I used to hate oldies and always change it.
Yeah.
But at that time, I was probably like 11 years old, 11. Because she passed when I was 12, so I was like fresh 11. And then we drove all like 8 hours just listening to oldies. And then I was like, man, and then I started liking it. I started loving it. I was like, okay. Then I started liking it. And then where she dropped me off was right there. It was a bazaar right there at our Catholic church, St. Edward's. And then I went to the bazaar. It was a event that our church used to throw. And
Were your siblings go with you guys when you travel boxing and stuff, or was it just you? And
no,
they were older, right?
They were older, yeah. But it was just us. My sister actually was the one that after my mom passed, she would make her effort to go with me.
Oh wow!
You know, we got checks every month for a little bit because my mom had life insurance.
Oh wow!
So my sister Eva Gutierrez would use that to travel with me, and she went to see me when nationals. So that's a memory me and my sister have.
That's cool.
You know, all the big time boxers you see on TV now, she met them because they're all at those national tournaments.
Yeah.
And she was with me, and she seen me and cheered me on, and I won. And so that's a event me and my sister had.
That's
a
cool.
great, crazy memory that, you know, I was a kid and we experienced. You know, and in the future, hopefully me and her could go back just to watch as fans, you know, and watch the kids fight. Like, dang, sis, remember I was right there fighting? Yeah, 3 rings fighting at the same time.
Damn.
Battles at me. You just hear battles going off. Kids from all over the country fighting for a #1 spot.
We gotta go to one of those.
So,
that sounds fun.
And then there was actually another one. My first national champion was a ringside, 6 rings going at once.
Wow.
Really?
So. Yeah, man, the competition was crazy.
So, do you have you have nephews?
I got all that.
So, are they all are they encouraged by your boxing, trying to box? Do you encourage boxing?
I don't encourage it.
You
but
don't?
I don't encourage it, but if they wanted to, I would encourage it.
Got you.
You know, it's not something I push on them.
Okay.
But if they're inspired or anything, just like any other kids that I seen grow up, if they wanted to learn, I had no problem helping them and teaching them. But it's not something I'm gonna come to them like, hey, you should box.
Right.
You know, because boxing is something for me. I don't even want my son to box.
No. You don't?
I don't. I want him. If I could paint the picture and have the perfect dream, he'll be in MLB.
Yeah. Guaranteed money, dog.
100%. So that's my future for my son.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna tell him no to anything he wants to do. He's like, son, if he says, Dad, I want to box, then what can I do? I'll teach him the best I can, but I will pray and hope that he finds another career.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Hey, so obviously you've been boxing since how old you were?
7. The
7.
first time I
So
jumped in
that's
the ring, I was 6.
basically your whole life.
And I got signed to get pro. I got signed to be pro at 16. My first pro fight was I was 17.
So obviously it's in you, it's natural. You're a natural warrior and you want to do this, but you're still a kid. So was there not days that you just didn't want to do it? Because I mean, I have 2 boys, and
100%.
and so walk me through how were those days? Like you got something going on, you just want to go. I mean, like there's days that my kids just want to play Xbox.
100%. There's days I didn't want to train. There's days I didn't want to spar. There's days I wanted to be with my family. There's days I was hurt that my family had a family vacation that they never have. That's rare. And I had to miss it because I had to fight. I had to miss it because I had to train. There's days I didn't want to spar. There's days I had birthdays. We went to San Diego, and I went with my cousin. I brought him with me with my dad.
Yeah.
For my birthday, we went to SeaWorld. My dad took me, and he said, you can take one person. I wanted to take my cousin. We went, and I had a spar.
Oh.
So my pops, it was my birthday trip, but it wasn't all fun and games. He was like, you got to spar, though, when we go over there. We're going to have fun, but you got to spar first.
Yeah.
And I got my ass beat by a big old kid, like 5 inches taller than me, and I was a kid.
Yeah.
How was your conversation with your pops during that time, dude?
So, and I was mad and angry, and then I had my cousin Joaquin looking at me. He was like, damn. He was just looking at me like, I wouldn't even fought him. You got in there, though. Like, so he would talk to me and make me feel better. He's like, yeah, you got in there, though. I wouldn't even fight him.
I was clapping, though. Dog.
You took that right hand. You took that right hand pretty good, though. Shit like that.
Yeah,
I get distracted. What was the question? No, yeah.
I'm that cousin. Hey, you
okay.
All right.
So, no, I remember the question. So, if I had a spar and I didn't want to spar, I would just fight. My boxing, we use skill, we were technical. The sweet science of boxing, that's what I do.
Yeah.
But if I didn't feel like that day, I'd be like, my dad would tell me what to do, but sometimes I wasn't awake enough to do what he was telling me to do, or I wasn't in shape enough. So I'm like, we're fighting. So I'll just go attack the kid. And whatever was happened. Like we just got done saying.
Yeah.
We don't run from the fire. We'll run through it. I'm not feeling it today, so I'm not gonna try to fake it. We're gonna do this for real. We're gonna fight and see.
We gotta
how
grab
much
that
dog
bull
you
by the
have.
horns and fuck it.
Yeah, we're gonna see how he reacts.
There was no calculations there.
No.
It was just bang, 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 baby.
Yeah. So if I didn't feel it that day, I just bit down.
Yeah, and just let them go. Let the dogs loose.
Even if it was training or sparring, no matter what.
I got a question for you, bro. Did you remind me? Did you go to high school?
I went to high school for 2 years, and then
Did somebody ever try you in high school, bro?
They used to try me.
Oh, they try to bring that shit out of you.
Yeah, I used to try. I just never for existence. There would be kids that would try to surround me and get that fear in me.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm like, damn. I look around like there's probably 5 kids right here. I'm like, damn. I guess this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for the tornado if it's happening.
Yeah.
But the tornado never happened because they never took their chance or shot.
Yeah.
And me, I never wanted to do it, but I wasn't gonna get bullied or anything like that. So they always tried. They always say things. They always did things. They always poke me. But when they got the bull's attention, they're like, all right.
Hit him with the 2-piece, bro. That's it, dog. I remember there was this kid, man. Like I would do off and on boxing in the Barrio Station or at the Boys and Girls Club, right? But there was this kid, bro. I think his name was Fredo, man. This kid, bro, he was short, but homeboy looked like a little bull, bro, right? And he hit the bag just different than everyone, bro, right? So fast forward a couple months where we're at the playground, man, and these 2 black kids start messing with them. And he's like, I know boxing, leave me alone. I don't want to hurt you. And the older black kid's like, oh, you don't know boxing, cuz. And he swung at him. And he did one of those Matrix. Bop, bop,
Counterpunch, dude, huh?
3 punches, bro, and he hit the floor hard. And other black kids all,
Ooh, they
Like,
took off. They,
Oh shit! Oh, shit. Security!
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, boxers are different though, man. You
Yeah.
guys, you guys
We
are.
don't want to fuck with them.
You don't want to
Yeah.
mess with boxers, homeboy. You know what I mean? Especially in the street fight, because if you just swinging haymakers, soos, soos,
Yeah.
soos, pop, pop, it's a wrap.
I was
dog.
a kid in school that never told anyone I was a boxer, but it was sometimes it came out of me
Yeah.
in class.
Yeah,
Why did you miss school? Oh, my bad. I had a tournament.
yeah,
Well, tournament for what? Then it'll come out.
yeah.
Or
And that's how they would. Some kids
or
would find out.
newspapers.
Oh,
I was
really?
in the newspapers going to. I won my first national title when I was 11 years old.
Yeah,
So I was ranked number 1 in the nation since I was 11 in the amateurs. So Stockton would write about me in the Stockton record and all that.
wow.
So they would find out that. Or sometimes in the intercom. In
Oh,
elementary, they'll
they
talk
give you
about
some
me.
love.
Yeah, or they'll say, remember one time I was probably in 5th grade, they talked about the Stockton Ports wanted me to throw a pitch, but they announced it, and it's like, can you have Gabriel Flores come to the office? And I thought I got in trouble, and everybody was making fun of me, like, ooh.
Yeah.
And then I get red. I get red fast, just like,
Yeah.
for anything. And then they said they want the Stockton Ports want to see if he'll throw the first pitch.
Nice.
And then the whole mood changed to, ooh, to like,
Oh.
lucky, like, you know, to
Yeah.
that. And then so the word would just spread,
Yeah.
you know. So I was always a real like kid, like didn't show my hand, but it was harder to hide it when it was in the newspapers and all that. So I was never
Yeah.
the kid trying to walk around and I could beat you up, so I'll pick a fight or something like that. You know, people
Yeah.
even tell me like, man, you should have fought him. He's a jerk.
Yeah.
You should have fought him. But I would just put it. I'd rather not waste my energy for that.
That's
you
right.
know?
I think that's something that I've noticed in just in any athlete that does professional, like
Yeah.
like if you know you can destroy the guy, like
What's the
Yeah.
point?
Yeah, and then you got to be strong up here, not
Yeah.
to just get away from me, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, so talk to me about Vegas, bro. How is life in Vegas now, bro? How is the training camp? How is your new camp coming? How is your relationship with the Vargas brothers? What are you learning from them? Their father, their camp, how they roll, right? Talk a little bit about that, man.
Man, I love
drop some dimes.
Man, Vegas is a city of motivation. You know, you could get inspired by any direction you look. So it's great. You know, Vegas is like a tool. You just got to know how to use it. So I use it to the best I can. I train. If I want to have a good time, I go have a good. There's steakhouses all over the place.
All over the place.
So you know, but one of the Vargas brothers are great.
Yeah.
You know, if I need a hand, they're quick to help me.
Right.
You know, they're great people, down to earth. They are also men of God. You know, they're real good people. You know, Senior. You know, when I first met him, I didn't know. Obviously, I never met him when I first met him, but they knew me because I had the copete too.
Yeah.
As a kid growing up, I was a fan. You know,
Yeah.
before I even met him, and then so just to see how down to earth people they were, super cool, and we got a close bond.
That's
Just
good,
all
man.
the training in Vegas is awesome. You know, I got my family out there too, my fiance's family out there.
Yeah.
So it's great in that aspect. I go to church out there. So I found my own routine out there. I've been long enough.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I love Vegas, man. There's great things to do,
Yeah.
but, you know, I done gambled one time and lost some money and it pissed me off. So I stay away from the casinos. You know, you say you walk in the casinos, damn, it's so nice. Like, yeah, it's nice because we pay for it.
Yeah. Exactly, bro. Hell yeah.
they're making this much money off of you.
Fuck.
Yeah,
dude.
so I try to make sure they make money off the people I'm with that like to gamble, not me. I try not to dibble and dabble. You know,
Yeah.
if I play, I'm like, okay, I'm cool with losing this.
Yeah.
And I'll throw it. And if I win, I'll be happy. If I lose, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to win it back.
Yeah.
When you chase that
That's
dollar,
the problem.
when you try to
That's
chase,
the problem,
yeah,
bro.
man, that's when it all goes south.
When you do play, are you a slots or you?
I don't
cards
like.
or
I
what?
honestly, I don't like slots because I feel like
They
I'm just
take your
pulling.
money, bro.
Yeah.
I'm pulling and pulling and pulling. I like to do something I could at least try to strategize.
Yeah.
You know, I like doing sports bets. If I hit a table, I'll
Yeah.
play craps. I'll
Yeah.
play blackjack.
Craps is my game, bro.
Yeah,
You know what I
I'm
mean?
sponsored by Chicken Ranch Casino.
Oh, right
So
on.
I try to learn poker.
Right
You
on.
know, I try to learn that. I learned over there a little bit. Not too much,
Yeah.
but I learned a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I mean, I love the casinos. It was a great time. It's
Yeah.
a great time. You just yeah.
It's a great time
It
when you
costs to
win,
hang.
homie.
It costs to hang. Yeah, it costs to kick it in
Man,
casinos.
boy. Hey, yeah, quick story, bro. So we were just recently in Vegas. And I mean, I don't play a lot. You know, honestly, bro, I grew up broke. Right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
grew up broke.
I lose $10, I'd be pissed.
Man, let me tell you, homie, I lose 10. I'm flipping the fucking table. You know how long it took me to make those $10, damn it, right? But so every once in a while, like my philosophy and my rule with Michelle is I give myself a limit. Whether if it's $200 or $1,000, right?
Yeah.
I set that right there. I'm not spending no more than that, right? Now, if I win, well, we're gonna raise the bar up a little bit, right? So every time I go, I just go to the craps table, right? Or I either I'll go on double nickels or I go on the field. And I'll just drop 500 on the field.
Trying to hit.
Damn, I hit, bro. And I get my money back. And the guys, what else you want to bet? Nah, I'm not betting no more. I just paid just paid for my hotel already. I'm good.
The free trip.
Right?
Free trip.
So the recent one, I'm feeling kind of good right now, bro. I'm like,
I'm about to hit.
All right, I walked up. I always check out the tables, right? The vibe, the people, conducting the shit, right? And I'm looking and the energy, and I saw one. I'm like, bro, this one is kind of live, and this China keeps hitting. She keeps hitting doubles, bro. I'm like, all right. First play, I get $1,000, bro. I drop it on the double fives. She hits double fives. Oh. Wow! 10-1, dog.
Damn.
10-1. I was like, give me my money, dog.
You're about to do a victory lap.
I ran over to the girl. I gave her 100. Hell yeah. Here goes your $100. And I get the homeboy next to me. Here goes your 100. I'm gone, bro.
I'm gone, yeah.
Dude, then Michelle spends it all on fucking a purse and shoes and shit. But hey, bro, at least I can say I won, big dog. You know what I mean?
At least it went to something you could keep and look at instead of down the drain.
Where do you train over there? What gym?
I like training at the Vargas gym a lot.
Yeah.
But now I'm at Pound for Pound.
Okay.
I'm at a gym called Pound for Pound, ran by a man named Rich.
Right on. How's that vibe? How's the whole
It's
culture
great,
there?
man. I've been knowing him since I was young. He trains amateurs to this day.
Oh, really?
I knew him when I was in the amateurs.
Oh,
he has
right on,
twin
bro.
sons that are great fighters that are coming up, soon to be world title contenders, then win the world title. Yeah, so they're moving up pretty quick. So they're about to make their own history.
So what's the word out there with Dana White and what is it?
Zuffa.
What is your thoughts on that, bro? Because honestly, the reason why I ask is I hear a lot of great things about it.
Yeah.
Then I hear a lot of like bad things about it, right? So
it's just like anything, it's something new. Somebody's gonna say something good. Somebody's gonna say something bad. My take, I think it's good for boxing.
Okay.
It's helping everybody step up their competition. It's just like when I think what woke everybody up was I don't know if you ever heard of him. It's a guy named Turkey Al-Sheikh.
Yeah.
So he's the one that kind of I think started everything, and everybody's like, whoa.
Well, he's dropping the money too,
he's
right?
dropping the money, but he's making great fights. And so he pumped everybody, this person up. So Zuffa's about to be something great, I think. It's already great. It's looking good.
Yeah, it's climbing pretty fast.
It's climbing pretty fast. I mean, they're signing world champions.
It got homeboy Oscar De La Hoya upset right now, dog.
Well, that's the important part. You just said the competition. That is gonna drive everything else.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel like if you're comfortable and confident in yourself, it shouldn't bother you. If it bothers you, then maybe you're intimidated a little bit.
So in the grappling world, we were talking earlier. We do jiu-jitsu, the whole family. There's this. It's like basically the biggest competition you can do for grappling.
Yeah.
And they were only paying like the world champions $10,000. That was the max you can pay. And I don't remember if it was last year or the year before that one of the top grappler guys, he got together with some sponsors. And he's like, I'm gonna do my own event, and it's gonna be $1 million to the winner. And there was all kinds of shit. They're like, no, you're fucking up the sport, because the way he did it is the very first time he did it on the same night as theirs.
Right, but he sucked all the.
And so he's like, you're gonna take
all my
away.
fighters.
No, they were saying they were like taking away from the sport, but now he's doing it again because it was so successful. It brought more eyes to the sport.
You see, he helped it in the long run.
The competition. That's
he helped in the long run.
And now the other side is having to pay more too.
Do the math. Do I want to go to the competition where I can make 10,000, or do I want to shoot my shot and go to the competition where I can make a
Hey,
million?
now everybody sees the big picture.
Yeah.
Now everybody sees the big picture.
It's the same thing about, like the Jake Pauls and stuff, all this boxing stuff. Like, what do you think about that?
I love it. When Jake Paul first came in, everybody wanted to get mad at him. Oh, he's an embarrassment to boxing.
Yeah.
I don't know why everybody wanted to say that, but I mean, everybody got their own opinions, right?
Right.
But I actually enjoyed watching Jake.
Mm.
As a man of courage, he took a leap of faith. That's bravery. He's jumping in with another professional fighter. He fought Anthony Joshua.
Dude,
He didn't fight no scrub. I don't see anybody else trying to do
I'm
that.
certainly not gonna get in the
I
fucking
wouldn't.
ring.
You know, he got his
would.
jaw broken. You know, I mean, like it's just like
Yeah.
I said, he's making those sacrifices to be
But
great. He's
do
trying
you
to be
think
great.
Do you think he's helping boxing?
I think he's
or do
helping.
You think how?
He's most definitely helping because he's teaching all of us something.
Mm.
Oh, you want to get mad at Jake because he's doing this and that. He's an embarrassment. Woo. If you want to say that, okay, but why don't you want to learn how he did? How did he do that?
Man, I'll tell you.
The
bro.
marketing.
How did he
behind it.
if you start thinking like him and you start trying to do things, I don't say you don't got to be like him, you don't got to
Right,
act like him,
right,
but
right,
just
right.
take little notes from him and then do it into yourself. Then, hey, next thing you know, you might see Jake Paul later and you're successful and you shake his hand and say, thank you.
Yeah.
You taught me things about, you don't always have to look at something negative. Like, you don't always there's a positive in everything. You just got to find it.
That's right.
You just got to
That's
find
right.
it. So, I mean, even he got his own UFC thing now.
No, I know.
That
but
Nate
what
Diaz
is,
fought on.
MVP?
MVP. He
MVP.
got his, he even got in boxing
that's
too.
boxing and
Yeah.
UFC, or like
UFC,
mixed martial arts.
There
right?
you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Because the same one that he did was with Ronda Rousey, no?
Yeah,
same one.
yeah. Nate was on the undercard and all
bro.
that. So I know a lot of people that went out to that one. So I'm like, that's dope.
Yeah,
You
bro.
know, and Jake Paul, he threw it. Now he's a promoter. You know, he's on to bigger things now.
I know,
And
he's pushing heavy numbers.
And he's
like-
also just bringing eyeballs that were never watching.
but
That's a
sport.
good point too.
But he locked in that contract with Netflix, though. No,
Oh, he did?
See.
Yeah, I
And
think
then
so.
and then he got ESPN.
Yeah, dude.
That goes to what you're saying. Is like, okay, maybe you don't like his personality, maybe you don't like him, but learn the game.
Learn the game.
Doing something big.
He's doing something right. You know, you could be mad at it all you want. It's like Mayweather. Everyone wants to say everything,
Yeah.
but he's doing
Oh,
something
yeah.
right.
100%.
Like that, you know.
he was selling some tickets,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Let me tell, because everybody wanted to see him get knocked out,
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah,
But
you look at the
no,
pay-per-view
man.
numbers, you know, that's
Man,
crazy.
Let me
So
tell you, bro.
I could
Have
do
you met
nothing.
Mayweather?
Oh, I mean, I've sat next to him. I met him a few times.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How's his vibe, bro?
Very cool, very calm.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, not really paying attention to nobody. He's paying
Right.
he's in his own world.
Yeah.
Unless you come and try to come into his world and shake his hand, and he will say
Yeah.
hi to you. He wasn't never a dick to me or anything like that. He's always a gentleman.
So
He shook my hand.
is it true what they say that boxing community, you guys are very tight? You guys are very close. Is that true for the most part? Like what I mean by like boxers in general, not the
Yeah.
people outside of it,
Yeah.
but the actual fighters.
It just depends who you are. You know,
Mm.
yeah, I think it's just you ask 100 people in boxing, you could probably get 100 different answers.
Mm.
True.
You know, so it's hard to say. Me, myself, some people are, yeah, but some people take advantage of people in boxing. Some people help
yeah,
people. You just never know what kind of circle you're going. It's just like life all over
bro,
again, you know? I feel like it's
But
just
that's
like
a
that.
different level of
Yeah.
Yeah. So
There's a lot of sharks in the
there's
boxing
the
world.
sharks, you know, so you got to be careful.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you will try to work with somebody and then next thing you know,
Mhm.
it didn't go your way.
Yeah.
And, you know, and so sometimes if it didn't go your way, you can't be revengeful or be mad because you get the bad end of it either way you want to go, you know,
Right.
because they're sharks, they're experienced, they're way more knowledgeable than you. They know all the tricks of the game, so don't mess with that guy,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah,
So-
absolutely.
So boxing's it's all kinds of things. It's
Yeah.
beautiful too, though. You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's both
It's
worlds,
a long,
right?
yeah, it's a long answer.
Yeah. so talk to me about that part. Talk to us about that part. Just like in general, the entrepreneurship side of boxing. What have you learned on that spectrum about the entrepreneur? Because at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, you're a professional fighter, but you're a brand,
Mm-hmm.
right? You have to collect money, right? You got mouths to feed around you,
100%.
right? You got a family dependent on you. You got bills to pay, right? So that's for anyone. You have to learn entrepreneurship,
Yeah.
especially for you. Are you doing anything outside of boxing to help you better understand that? Like, are you educating yourself? Are you going to school? Or are you doing any studying?
I haven't touched that yet.
Okay.
But what I do is I keep a lot of people that I try to learn from. There's
Okay.
a lot of men in Stockton, Vegas, all over the parts
Right on.
that I continually brainstorm, ask questions
Yeah.
because they're at a superior level
Right.
where I never knew of.
Yeah.
You know, for example, when I moved to Vegas and I got signed to Jay Prince,
Yeah.
I seen what he did, how he moved. He invited me to Houston, and they
Okay.
call it the Fifth Ward.
Yeah.
And then I went and I seen how he traveled, and then he was like, "Yeah, bro, I saw Hey, I'm the number one Hey solid too." And I
Yeah.
do this. I'm like,
Little bit
he's
of
from,
everything.
and he started everybody knows Jay Prince because of Rap A Lot Records.
Right.
So it's just like, and now he's in boxing, he's in this, and he tells me all of his stories, and he shares all his wisdom with me. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. He's a true entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You know, so he owns 2 islands because
Yeah.
he didn't focus on one thing. You know, he focused on a lot of things.
Right.
And they're all very successful. So of course in my mind I go, how were you able to manage all this?
Yeah.
And how was all this successful?
Yeah.
You know, and just I read his book. You read his book.
What's the name of it?
It is called I forget. It's something, it has the word respect in it. I haven't read it in years, but I read it when he first gave it to me and he signed it for me. But I read it and then it just pretty much showed me and told me that success is now happens overnight. No matter what you want to do,
Yeah.
it's gonna take a while to get there.
Oh, 100%.
You know, so even the Rap It Out Records where he started and that was his dream, and how he got there, how much times he got to know.
Yeah.
No. He just wasn't gonna get denied though. He was gonna
Right.
make it, and he was persistent. So that's one thing I've learned when it comes to trying to be an entrepreneur in this boxing and trying to learn different outlets. You just can't be scared to fail.
Right.
It's
So
bound to happen.
So you know, the question one question I've always wanted, I not always, but I want to ask is, are you doing anything now to prepare for your future financially away from boxing? So is there any like side hustles or any businesses?
There's a few things going on that I don't really want to get too much detail in.
Good.
But there is so far a foundation. There's so far this and that I'm working with my people right now. I'm talking to, and I'm trying to build. I'm trying to build my own empire with a lot of people that mentors that helped me when I was a kid, and then they're still here and still wanting to help me. And I'm like, okay, if they help me with this, then we're both going on it. It's not all about me.
Right.
You help me, help you. You know, it's a two-way street.
It's a network.
There you
bro.
go. It's a two-way street. It's not a one-way street.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of things that sometimes I gotta learn how to breathe.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes like, dang, I can't conquer the world in one day.
You know, it's
hard.
hard.
So it's hard. You know, but
hard.
sometimes I can't sleep.
Yeah.
And I was just talking to my Nino's cousin, my Nina Leti, my Nino's cousin, brother, actually not my Nino's cousin, my Nino brother. He's like, that's the entrepreneur in you. That's the ambition. You can't sleep because you're always thinking about another way to become successful. He's like, don't worry, it's coming. Yeah. And sometimes I needed to hear that because I'm young.
You think you're the only one?
Yeah,
going through that.
Yeah. So I'm young, you know. So that's why I always try to keep older people around me because there's one thing you can't teach or sell. It's experience, you know. So that's a lot of things I try to soak up. Always try to learn, you know. So
do you think by meeting a lot of the boxers you met, like pro boxers and even amateurs, like, do you think that's something that's said enough in your industry as far as like, hey, everything you're saying is from boxing, but it's like a second step. It's another piece to it, like the entrepreneurial part of it, because at the end of the day, you still gotta pay the bills.
Yeah.
Right. It's not just about the belts and stuff. You gotta pay the bills and all of the stuff that this empire you're trying to build is gonna help with that and more. Right. But do you feel like in the boxing world, that is something that as boxers are coming up, they're like, hey, don't just focus on hitting the bag, but also what's the second plan? How are you paying your bills?
Yeah. It's something that's getting more common. People are trying to ride the wave with their name. They made a name. Now we're gonna make money off this name, which is smart, because boxing is not guaranteed. But my mental is different. My mental is boxing is guaranteed. I'm gonna be world champion, multiple time world champion in whatever weight class I want to be in, this and that, yada yada. Because I believe in myself that much. Because I've been doing this for years.
Let's go.
So I'm that confident in it, where I'm not worried about being an entrepreneur. I could not be an entrepreneur. I could do nothing, none of that. I'm gonna make it in boxing. I'll be happy, and I'll be able to take care of my son and my wife financially, and we'll be all good and everything. and my family and etc. and so on and so forth. We'll do so much with this boxing, with just boxing.
Mm.
But the part of me that wants to live up to my full potential, that there's so much more out there that I want to show my son,
Yeah.
that keeps me pushing for more and more and more and more. I want to do more other than boxing.
Right.
Because boxing is my life. This is what I love. But just because it's my life doesn't mean it's my son's. You know, I wanted him to be his own man. At the end of the day, he will always be my son, but I want him to grow up and like what he likes too. You know, I don't want him to always copy me. You know, I want to show him the right way, the right direction, the right path. But I want to learn my son.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't want to have mini me. I want you to be exactly like me. No, I want to be better than me.
Absolutely.
That's the plan. You know, him be better than me. So I think that's the part of me that gets me to want to do other things.
Yeah. That is dope,
So
bro.
what is the
Let's
next?
go, Gabe. Let's go, Gabe.
What's the next step in order for you to become a world champ? Like, what's next for you?
Yeah, describe that, bro.
So I kind of made the step. I'm right here at pound for pound. You know, I've been learning. Honestly, not really learning, relearning what I know, kind of things. Just taking it a little slower, breaking it down. You know, and just looking at a big old picture and just looking at one thing, not looking at the whole thing and looking at my mom wonder. Let's focus on this today, and then tomorrow and later on we'll focus on the rest. But today, this is what we're doing. I want to get this better. So that's what I like.
Yeah,
you
You're
know,
looking
so
at
that
the leaf.
I'm taking that step. That's how I'm doing it right now. And the next fight will show my road to the world title. Because my last fight, I might have lost, but a lot of people in the audience and etc. in the world felt I won. Me myself, I felt I won, but it was a very close fight.
Okay.
So I'm not mad. It is what it is. I'll leave it alone. But I fought a 2-time ex-world champion.
Oh.
And I put on another show, hell of a show in my hometown, Stockton, California, at the arena. And I had his corner panicking, screaming on top of their lungs, worried for their lives because they felt they lost. I know what they felt. You know, like I said, I could read a room. I know what a voice. I hear the worriness.
Different.
I feel his energy coming towards me, feeling like he needs to win.
Yeah.
He's like panicking. I'm about to lose. It's my last shot. I feel it. I know what that is. And after his interview, you hear his post-fight interview. He didn't like his performance at all. Of course, he didn't like your performance because you don't think he won the fight. That's another story.
That's another day, another story.
Another day, another story.
So you're being obviously very humble and everything about the story, but so without going into those details, how was that feeling though? Like you're in the ring, you're in your last 30 seconds, you in your head you're thinking you won, and then they raise a different hand, it's not yours.
Yeah.
What does that feel like inside of it?
It was 1,000,001 emotions because I hate to say it, I don't make no excuses. It is what it is. Whatever happened that night, I make no excuses. But I didn't feel 100%. That wasn't. I could have been doing a lot better. So I was gonna say my next fight was show 100%, but I've said that too many times where I'm like, it's like you can't catch a break, but it's not about that. You know, nobody cares about that. You know, you either won or lost.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why I keep on striving. I keep it pushing, and I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna get the title, and I read about that. But that emotion, it was 1,000,001 emotions when my hand wasn't raised because it was in my hometown. I never lost in my hometown. I never lost in the Stockton arena. I feel like somebody came. He came from a different country and came to my city and beat me.
Yeah.
So it was a hard pill to swallow.
I was just gonna
And
ask.
so it was very hard. It was something where I had to clench my teeth and make sure I didn't act out of character.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I just...
So next time you find your hometown, you got something to prove.
Indeed. But man, it was just because I had my family there. It was a world title. It was a world title contender. If I would have won that, I would have fought for the world title. Now he's fighting for the world title. That guy that beat me. So that's just looked like another opportunity I lost out on. You know, and it felt like everybody's right now. He was in his press conference talking. I was talking. But one thing he said is every time he stepped up to the big leagues, he lost.
Yeah.
And I just chuckled and smiled because no matter how many times I go to the big leagues, if I lose, it's not to discourage me.
Right.
Because if something was going to discourage me, I would have got discouraged years ago when I lost my family members.
Yeah.
But I got my first loss and I went to the ESPN room and every time he's like, you had your first loss, how you think you feel now? And I kind of chuckled and laughed at them. Not in a disrespectful way or fashion, but just to laugh with, like, you guys don't know me.
Yeah.
I think that loss
Yeah.
made me scared to go in this fight and not fight like the way I fight. You think I'm gonna change my style because I lost? You must. That shows you don't know me.
Yeah.
That was nothing. I
Yeah.
do it all over again.
Yeah.
Like that was a walk in the park. It's breeze. Pressure, real pressure was real life when I lost my mom. That was a real pressure. That was the things that hit me, that hurt me. A loss is this is just it's just to feed my family. I love this.
Wow.
This is what I do, but I'm doing this to feed my family. It was my way out. You know, if, at the end of the day, when, God forbid anything happens, but if God wanted me to do something else for a living and to feed my family, I'd do that happily and still live and hug my son and my fiance and be happy in life. I don't need boxing. I do boxing because I love it. I don't need it.
Right.
You know, so when they would tell me something like that and make me think I'm gonna change or get scared, nah, it's good. Life is scary. Boxing is fun. I love this. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
What was that conversation with your pops right after?
My last fight?
Yeah, your last fight.
It wasn't too good.
No.
Yeah. It wasn't the best.
Is that where you guys kind of split ways there a little bit
No.
and just kind of said, or
No.
let's move on?
No.
No.
That wasn't it at all. It was just that emotions of losing came out. That was it.
Because you have to. I mean, it's part of the. I mean, you.
Yeah, you got to talk it out.
Have passion if you're doing this. So, you know, obviously, in retrospect, you're now thinking about it. But obviously, in the heat of the moment,
yeah, the heat of the moment,
you should feel that way. You
lost. Yeah. A lot of things come out. Yeah, we're winners.
Exactly.
We don't lose. So to us lose, going back to my first loss, felt horrible, man. Like
I ask you that as a dad because, like, you know, obviously a completely different level. But I have two boys, and anytime they competed, I mean, to me, it's like a world championship every time. Right? They're my kids.
Yeah, you want them to win.
And so, like, when they lose, it's tough because I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Because I'm pissed because they lost.
Not pissed at them.
It's not pissed at them. I'm just, I wanted them to win.
It wasn't the result we wanted.
Yeah, exactly. So I just, that's why I ask you in that angle, like, you know, how was that? Because that to me, you know, he's your kid. He's my kid. Like
that was a dark space, man. It's just it felt like our dreams just got crushed. That's how it feels after you lose. It feels like your dreams was this glass cup right here, and I just threw it against the wall and broke into a million pieces and it shattered. That's how it feels. That's not what it is.
Right. But that's how it feels.
In the moment, that's how it feels.
But then you gotta give yourself, you know, some time to feel sad for yourself, and then you gotta
I'm glad you brought that up though. So, like me, I hate to lose more than I love to win. I fucking hate. I was a kid that would cry if we lost a baseball game, a football game. I was just so passionate. I was so mad. I knew that I did my part. I did everything in my part to win, right? So, like for you and for me, it was so hard for me to turn that corner after a loss, right? Because I would start second guessing myself. Well, maybe I didn't do this right. Maybe if I wouldn't have said this, or maybe if I, you know, I just went through the maybes, right? But for a boxer, you're one-on-one, right? It's me and you. How do you, if you can describe to the audience, bro, like how do you bounce back from suffering such a hit like that, losing? Because in boxing, it's different from the MMA. It's different from wrestling. It's different from football and basketball and baseball, team sport. It's a one-on-one, you know, thing, right? Where you got guys like Chavez who fought almost 100 fights and barely lost 2 or 3, right? You got Mayweather who's fought 50 and hasn't lost one, right? Then you got Tyson who just crushing everyone. Then all of a sudden he took some L's, right? I mean, you got a variety there, but for boxing, taking the L is such a blow sometimes where people don't understand, like, you know what? Not that he's just a better boxer. He just
he won that
a
night.
couple points.
Yeah, he's the best man that night.
Or he clipped me that day. You know what I mean? Because that shit happened. But I know, because I've met some boxers where some of them can't get around that corner after a loss, right? What did you do differently?
I just, the thing is just it's like kind of like, you say you had to take your time to realize the fact that you lost. But your first loss is really going to show you who you are as a man, as a person, as in everything. You're going to really find out yourself. And the way I got back from the 3 I had was accountability. You know, I didn't point fingers. Even if I felt like it was somebody else's fault.
Right.
Or even if I won a fight and it was a close fight and I felt like I should have knocked him out.
Right.
I don't ever point fingers and say, "Damn, it was your fault. You did this, you did that." I don't ever do that.
You take.
I just take it on me because at the end of the day, it was only 2 people in that ring on that bell.
Yeah.
Him
You
and me.
know, it was just me and him.
Yeah.
And if I lost that night, then I gotta look in the mirror like, "Damn, Gabe, you lost."
Right.
Yeah, you could say whatever you want, make an excuse, but nobody cares because at the end of the day, nobody asks, "What was the scorecards?"
Right.
You know, or what happened? How did you hide? No, they said, "Did you win or lose?"
Yeah. That's
And
it.
it's only one. They only want a one-word answer.
Yes or no.
Yeah, you know, something along those lines. They don't
Yeah.
really want to know the details. Did you win or lose?
Yeah.
So if I lost, then I just look at my mirror and I'm like, damn, I hold myself accountable.
Yeah.
You know, and I just try to work one or the two, harder or smarter.
Yeah.
You know, one of
Good.
the
I'm
two.
excited to see you fight next time. With
Hell
this mentality, with this
yeah,
mindset,
dog.
you better be ready.
So do you have a date yet? Do you have something in the works right now? Is something kind of brewing a little bit?
Yeah, they're talking about August.
Oh.
So you know,
Where at, in Vegas?
we're in the
or-
summer warm. You know,
In
nice and
Vegas?
hot. We haven't got a location yet,
Okay.
but they're talking August.
We gotta block our
Hopefully,
calendars in
Bro,
August.
as soon as you find out, and as soon
Please,
as you're
please.
allowed to spread the word, let us know.
you guys be
man.
the first to know.
Heck yeah, bro.
Alright.
Heck yeah, bro.
100%.
Man, this conversation has been wild.
Man,
dog.
this was a
great,
great conversation.
man. Great. Do you have any questions for us?
Oh man, I just looking at your guys' fine. When I first met you guys,
Yeah.
the one thing that stood out to me was your guys' logo,
Oh, thank you.
the roots
bro.
of ambition.
This
Ah,
guy.
thank you.
Yeah, because it could mean a million things. Roots of ambition. So what my question is, how did this come apart? But where did the name come from? How did you guys brainstorm that, or how did this all
That's a-
become? Why are we sitting here today and looking at these cameras?
Great question, brother. I'll let you go first.
First of all, there was like 100 different names.
We do.
But basically, you know, when how this whole thing started is, Danny started getting invited to podcasts, right?
Okay.
And so he went to one, and the first one is like, oh, cool, it was a good thing, but there was not much about it, right? And then he got invited to another one. It's like, okay, now this is a thing, like,
Yeah.
you know. And then I don't know if it was the third one or so, but during that time, and at that time, and I said this the other day, you know, when we had, what did I say the other day? When we had less money and more time, we used to have a lot of late nights, sometimes every other weekend. And a lot of the times it actually happened around COVID. So we took advantage of COVID because during COVID, we couldn't go out. And at my company, like I was literally told, like, hey, you can't, for like 3 months, we couldn't leave the house. We were just working from home. We bought RVs together. So there was a lot of times for us to just, you know, go camp. And then that turned into like a lot of times in his backyard. He put in a pool and we were just around the, you know, the summer nights. Well, late at night, you know, we will stay late. It was usually him, our other good friend, Ivan, myself. And we were usually the last ones there, just a little too drunk. and we would just try to literally solve the worst problems. Like, you know, like you get a little tipsy and you just like think you have all the answers. And for fun, I started recording us. And I actually have a few of those recordings.
That's dope.
And then the next day I would text these guys and it's like, hey guys, we sounded like idiots because we were drunk, but there's something here. Like we're like, you know, this is kind of cool. Like, what can we do this? And so then one day I just told Danny, he's like, man, you keep getting invited to these podcasts. Why can't we just do this and replicate this? So actually, originally it was gonna be called something like Conversations in the Patio or something like because since this all started in the patio, it was gonna be in my patio, like it was gonna be set up outside, and so Danny's like, well, let's do it. And so we did one in my patio, which it turned out horribly. The lighting didn't work out. It looked horrible, so it never got posted. And we're like, hey, we got to come up with a name. And so we got in a group chat with all the 4 girls or our wives and and so we go back and forth and we went all over the place. But I started asking questions like, well, what do we want to do? And I don't know exactly.
I was like, man, cigar lounge, bro. right? Where men can come and chill. You know, I smoke a lot of cigars.
As
I love
player,
cigars,
you
bro.
know, yeah.
But yeah, I also tell my story on a lot of the podcasts on how I grew up and where I grew up and the stuff that made me who I am. So if you look at the logo, those palm trees, bro, I fell in love with palm trees when I went for the first time from San Diego to Coronado Island with my mom to go work.
Okay.
And when I went over that bridge, it changed my world, right? Because I've never left the four corners of Logan Heights. And when I went across that bridge, it just something happened. I saw these palm trees and we had palm trees in the hood, but they looked like they were dusted, bro. You know what I'm saying? Brown, fucking hanging to the side, you know, everything. But when I crossed that bridge and I saw the palm trees on that side, they were just tall,
Shiny.
like soldiers.
Yeah.
Clean cut, beautiful green. They just
they
look like aliens, bro. It was just so beautiful to me. Right. And now you go to my house. If you go to my house now, my whole house is surrounded by palm trees because they're my soldiers, my queens and my kings protecting us. That's how I look at it.
So basically, exactly what he's saying. I started asking, like, tell me your story. So what he just said, he sent it to me like in a text.
Yeah, and
then I was like, okay, so this, and then I was like, so who do we want to serve? And I was like, well, originally this started like, oh, we're gonna interview businessmen because he was being interviewed because it was an entrepreneur, a businessman that was successful, and people wanted him to share his story. So like, okay, so what's there? Oh, well, there's ambition.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, everybody has ambition.
Yeah.
So we started kind of, that's where the palms came. So I started just messing with it. And I'm like, okay, well, you have your story. So the top of the logo is like your story, where you come from, but also the roots. You have to have some strong roots to make that ambition blossom.
Why, huh?
Like you, bro. Where do your roots come from?
100%. Oh, me.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude, that makes you like to me, when people tell me like, where's your roots come from all this ambition? Like, man, let me tell you, bro.
Yeah.
I seen my mom suffer. I literally worked with my mom for 18 hours every day. You know, riding the bus, getting mugged on the street from homeless people, right? My mom dropping me off at fucking houses she should have never left me at because that's all she had. My brother and sister were 10 and 9 years older than me. I grew up with fucking rats and fucking roaches literally everywhere in my house, bro. My house, the ceiling was no ceiling, bro. It was a big fucking hole. When it would rain, it would literally rain inside my house. You know what I mean? And when it was cold, it was fucking cold in my house, bro. Right? I didn't mind rats because I was just trying to stay warm. And I tell people that all the time, and that's where my roots come from. That's why I am the way I am today. I will always forever be humble in everything that I do and everyone that I meet. You know what I mean? Because I've been there and I can relate.
Yeah.
Those are my roots.
And we don't know what tomorrow holds. You know, we're right here right now. We might be right here or right here tomorrow. So
this is the one right here, though, Gabe. Check this out. I don't tell people this too often. Me and my mom, we were always. It's a long story, but we never saw eye to eye. It was never. My mom was never the hugger. She was never I love you. My mom was rough, bro. She was ruthless, homie. Hey, you need to learn how to cook. Go cook your shit. You need to feed yourself. I gotta go work 3 jobs. Figure it out. Right. So one day, my mom comes home. I always remember this, bro. And I don't share this story too much. She says, get your fucking clothes, get your bag. We're going to go to fucking Mexico. And I was complaining about the house. Like, man, I went to my friend's house and it don't look like this. There ain't no rats, ain't no fucking roaches, right? And this and that, right? And my mom fucking flipped. She flashed on me, bro. Grabbed my ass by my ears, put clothes on. We get to the trolley. We go to fucking TJ. She's like, I want you to see something. I want you to fucking see something. You think you have it bad? Let's go see something. We cross the border. We get into a taxi, bro. We cruise through fucking TJ. And all of a sudden, we hit. I thought our hood was ghetto, bro. We went into some fucking place where every house was picket fences, cardboards, fiberglass shingles, tilted to the side, right? Your door was a fucking shower curtain, right? I walked into these people that I met for the first time, and they were my dad, who I've never met my dad, relatives, right? We literally, Walked in to a cardboard house, dirt on the floor, fucking bugs everywhere, sitting on cement bricks with wrapped with cardboard, a freaking hole in the floor to cook food, right? If you wanted to take a shit, you had to go outside, right? There was a hole there. Then you had to flush it with water. There was no running anything, no electricity. There was candles throughout the whole fucking house, bro, right? And I remember just looking, and I felt so sad for them that this is the way they're living, right? Hours go by, right? Hop back into the taxi, and I'm paying attention to every single detail of every house, and all the kids were barefooted. They were all skinny as toothpicks, right? Running to the taxi for money, begging for something, bro. My mom was very generous. She started giving kids $1, just dollars, and get on the trolley. My mom didn't say a fucking word to me.
She didn't have to.
I tried to talk to her, and she said, "Shut up, shut up." All right, so we get home, walk into the house. We both walk into the kitchen. She turns on the fucking water. She's all, "This is cold. This is hot." And she says, "You think you have it bad? There is people out in this world that have it 10 times worse than you, and they wish they were at where you're at. Yeah, I'm not rich and I don't got fucking money to give you whatever you want. This is the best I can fucking do for you. So you fucking take it and you do the best you can, because you don't come from where I come from." That day, bro, I was 7, 8 years old, and it rings inside my head every day I wake up in the morning, bro. And that's the one thing that's always taught me to stay fucking humble, bro, because no matter how bad it is for you, there is somebody out there that wish they had your problems. You dig what I'm saying?
It's crazy how it's all about compare and contrast, right? Because those people that live that way, growing up, that was exactly like you're basically describing my grandma's house. You know, like we will walk from school, on the way to school, you will walk to the street, and it was the street, and it was just an open sewer. So you just see tourists walking by. You go to the house, and the house is exactly as you describe it. There was only one door. It was a front door. It was a metal door. All the other doors in the house was just a cheat, including the bathroom.
That was your door.
It was
if you were lucky.
It was the floor was dirt. Our bedroom, so it was cardboard, but the cardboard they dip it in with the tar, like asphalt. That way it's waterproof, and so the ceiling was that, and it's like corrugated cardboard, and so it's raining, but the ceiling is fully open. You know, when it will rain, it will flood. You wake up and there will be rats and shit and shoes just floating in your house.
Yeah.
But I was not the poor kid. I mean, I was broke. Obviously, I was poor, but I knew kids that live worse than I live.
Yeah.
That I was like, wow, so it's
Yeah.
and so, but also there was so much. It's funny because those are, I'm telling you the sad story of, but they're some of the best moments of my life happened during that time. Some of the best knowledge that I've gotten from my family, from people that I grew up with, came out of that. And so that's why it's important, and it kind of goes circling back to our logo, like that's why we have the roots there, because when the storm comes, the roots is what's gonna hold the tree, and it's gonna make sure that you have a strong foundation and you don't fall down during this. And those roots get formed. So like, if you know anything about, your mom, you were saying your mom,
Green thumb.
If you want roots to be deep and strong, you have to deprive it of water, so it goes looking for it. And so it's the same thing. It's like those strong roots are built under those environments because you have no other choice. You have to go and dig deeper.
So into yourself.
So the roots of ambition, bro.
That's beautiful.
That's how it was.
Thank you, brother.
And it's just like I could admire all this. Right when I stepped in, I said that because did something similar, not as beautiful, not as
Yeah.
educated, not as,
Yeah.
as this is set up professional. But I did something in my backyard probably back in 2024, I think it was.
Right on.
We did a YouTube with a great friend of mine named Nonito Donaire,
Mm.
13 world time or 14-time world champion.
Oh shit.
Yeah. He's the reason why I was in the Philippines and went to the Japan and all that.
Oh.
But I did an interview with him in my backyard, and we did lighting and all that, kind of like you guys said you did.
Yeah.
And it's on YouTube.
Okay.
And then I interviewed him.
Yeah.
I asked him questions, and he's older than me, much wiser. He's been through a lot. His credentials are way longer than mine's.
Right.
And so it was fun to do that with him and share that experience. And because both of us came from Northern California. I used to go to his dad's gym and spar his dad's fighters, that ones he trained. So I always knew Nonito, always kind of knew me. And he was one of the first people to shake my hand and look at me as a true professional fighter, even though I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was 16 years old.
Damn.
He was the one to actually acknowledge me. So that's why I always remember Nonito.
Right on, bro.
So, but I did that podcast type setting and recorded him, and we did it. I was like, whoa! I was like, man, that was dope, man. I want to do something like that. But I wanted to do it. You guys are doing it, so that's what I'm saying. I could be here and admire all this, because this right here is awesome, bro.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure to be here, just as much as you guys want me here, is as much as I want to be here.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell
So I'm honored to be here.
Thank you, bro. Thank 100%.
you, 100%.
I think this is a perfect time to close this out. This has been an amazing conversation, and you're gonna be there on Saturday, right? So we'll have some more of this.
Yeah.
We'll get to meet the baby.
This is part 2. We got part 3, 4, 5 coming. You guys just stay still. Be patient with us.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Hey, man, we might make a quick flight to Vegas, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Set it up. Set it up.
Yeah,
bro.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Hey,
you guys see me make my bet real quick and run, dog.
Also, we might just need to be trying those 2 tacos side by side. I'm just saying.
Compare and contrast.
Yeah, I like it, bro.
Hey,
I like it.
We can be foodies for the weekend.
Let's see who reached out first.
Hell yeah, bro.
Let's see who's out for the challenge. Gordo's Tacos or Al Pastor. Whoever reaches out first, it's on for the challenge.
So, hey, where are you going to be at this Saturday, bro? Where are you going to be at this? That's your camera right here, big dog.
We're going to be at E2 Family Barbecue event. They're going to have a rib cook-off. They're going to have cornhole. They're going to have family there. It's just going to be a great time. If you like food, be there. If you love family time, be there. There's so many reasons to be there. I don't know why you wouldn't be there if you don't have anything going on this Saturday. So that's going to be, I'm going to be there representing Chase Chevrolet, as always, with the Danny D Foundation. And something I've been looking forward to. I'm going to make sure my son's there, my fiance's there, and my family's there. So I'll love to see you guys there. Make sure you guys pull up and make it.
Bam, like that. Walk you. Oh, let's go, big dog. Oh.
Well, you guys know what time it is.
Hey, this is Danny.
Angel.
The Roots of Ambition, baby. Burn the shit.
Burn them. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. Leave us a message. Doesn't cost you anything.
Come on, baby.
Thank you.
Stay right here. We got some lightning questions for you, home.
All right. Favorite fighter of all time?
Roy Jones Jr.
Ooh.
Hardest puncher you ever faced?
I say Gervonta Davis.
Favorite Stockton food spot?
Oh, I had to go with OG Eddie's Pizza.
Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
I accept it.
It's so disappointing.
I accept it.
One thing that people don't know about you.
Family first.
If your life had a theme song, what would it be?
That's Life by Frank Sinatra.
Dream vacation.
Jamaica with my small family.
Biggest fear.
Losing my family.
What does success mean to you today?
My answer always goes back to family. My biggest success today with me, making sure that I got everybody and I could eat with them and still laugh with them. That's success. We live happily. We're together. We're eating. We love each other. That's success already.
If you can be any animal in this world, what animal will you be?
An owl.
An owl? Oh, why?
That was a quick question, a quick answer. They call my uncle night owl, but owls are up at night, observant. They're hard to get. They're always there. They're always watching. You know, there are hard ones to get. There, if you're preying on them, trying to eat them, I don't know, it'll be hard. I didn't put much thought to it in that. I just tried to answer.
So, all right, we're looking into the future now. So you already won your world championship, your first one of many. You have the millions now. Let's just to throw your number. You just won $50 million. What are the first three things you do with that money?
Set up my kids' fund, his college fund. Second thing, make sure I got a good lot so my family can live close together. My immediates, you know. Third thing, invest.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you three more questions from these new cards that we're doing. The how deep will you go? And so we're just gonna pick them at random.
Okay.
So if the questions suck, it's it's a random. So, what is the last compliment you gave somebody?
Last compliment I gave somebody, I told my fiancée how beautiful she was.
That's beautiful.
Hold on, he gave us a compliment.
Right oh, about
you
this?
Did. Yes, for
I
sure.
Did.
Bam.
There you go.
What is the most humbling experience you've ever had?
The most humbling experience I ever had. That would take a lot of training for me to remember, but off the top of my head, something quick and recent, I'd say the Philippines. Kids are, like you say, you know, they don't have much. They're very poor, but they're having fun and having a good time, and they had their family. Somehow, some way, they're happy to have fun, even though they're hungry. And I fed them that day, but they still find ways to have fun. They don't have Wi-Fi on the phone. They don't have no games. They don't have nothing to go to and distract themselves but each other. And they come together and still have fun. And so for me to see that was so humbling and great experience.
It was a great answer. What are the toughest demons you are fighting?
My toughest demons I am fighting, I would say definitely is probably my family curse. You know, the trauma in my family, the passings of the ones that left. I named my son after my cousin Caesar. If I have kids in the future more, if I'm blessed enough, I'll name them after my family members that passed some way, somehow. And just to try to break that family curse, if anything doesn't go my way, don't act out of character. Let it be what it is and learn from it. Pick myself up, keep striving, and make myself better from it instead of reacting to it the wrong way and degrading myself.
And the last question we like to ask here. In one word, how will you describe your ambition?
Fierce.
Beautiful. Thank you, sir, dude. What a great conversation, dude. Thank you.
Oh, thank you guys.